On August the 14th, Russian bombardments killed 3 peaceful residents in Donetsk region, namely in Bakhmut, Soledar and Marinka. Pavlo Kyrylenko, the head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration, posted on his Telegram channel. 13 more people were injured, he wrote. Overnight, on August the 15th, the Russian military barraged Slovyansk, said Vadim Lyakh, the head of the Slovyansk City Military Administration. No one was injured or killed. Unfortunately, the city was shelled again at night. The downtown and 1 more block suffered. We are specifying the scale of destruction. Please take care. Hold on, we stay together. Kharkiv center, Nemyshlansky and Slobitsky districts came under Russian fire on the night of August the 13th. As Kharkiv mayor Igor Terehov wrote on Telegram, the damaged buildings contain no military facilities. A college and critical infrastructure facilities were damaged. In some residential buildings, the window panes were blown out, and a few trolleybuses were damaged by fragments, Mr. Terehov wrote. The Russian army carried out another strike on civil infrastructure to deprive the city of educational institutions, transport and housing, the mayor stressed. The shelling damaged the heating facilities, including a 300mm diameter pipeline. Teplomerezy utility company added. Central heating main that warms 25 houses in winter was already prepared for the heating season. Now it has to be replaced. The blast wave lifted up the pipe and concrete conduits above it. The blast wave also damaged a privately owned hotel with clients and staff inside. No one was injured. A Russian missile exploded near the hotel fence, approximately 20 meters from the building, reported the correspondent of Suspilne. The missile fragments were found on the shelling site. As estimated by the police, Russia keeps shelling Kharkiv from S-300 anti-aircraft complexes. Late on August the 13th, Mr. Terehov reported about shelling in Kievsky district of Kharkiv. No one was killed or injured. According to Oleg Sinehubov, the head of the Kharkiv Regional Military Administration, the Russians fired civil infrastructure with incendiary shells. Rooftops of utility structures caught fire. No victims, he wrote. In addition, as Mr. Sinehubov reported, overnight on August the 14th, the Russian forces hit Slobozhansky township in Chuhuivsky district, Kharkiv region. 3 people were wounded. Some houses and vehicles were damaged. On the night of August the 15th, the Russian army bombarded Kharkiv city and region. In Kharkiv, from 2:50 a.m. to 3:09 a.m., at least 12 blasts were heard. According to Mayor Igor Terehov, the Russians targeted the grounds of an enterprise in Slobitsky district. During the Saltivka shelling, 2 of the injured people were in the area of a public transport stop. At 11:50 a.m., it was known about 5 injured people. They were all hospitalized. A garage complex caught fire after the bombardment, and a 9-story building was damaged. In addition to Kharkiv, the Russians also shelled Chuhuiv and Merefa on August the 15th night. In Chuhuiv, they hit a non-functional industrial area, said Mayor Halina Minaeva. In Merefa, the enemy struck an infrastructure facility and an industrial building, Oleg Sinehubov, the head of the Regional Military Administration, reported in his brief. Over August the 13th, the Russian military shelled the township of Zolochiv in Kharkiv region. Viktor Kovalenko, head of Zolochivska community, told Suspilne damages in 14 cottages and electricity and gas networks are reported. A woman aged 83 was wounded by fragments after the Zolochiv shelling, Mr. Kovalenko said. According to him, the Russians fired from artillery at around 11:30 a.m. The woman got 5 wounds from shell fragments. She was taken to hospital. A detached house and utility buildings of Zolochiv Lyceum No. 2 were damaged. The Kharkiv Regional Police noted that in the college, a technical workshop and canteen were damaged. The shelling has been investigated as a violation of law and customs of war. On the evening of August the 13th, around 8 p.m., Russian troops shelled Mykolaiv. In one of the districts of the city, a rocket exploded near a residential building. This was reported by the mayor Alexander Sienkiewicz. According to him, it is known about 1 wounded person. According to the data of the Operational Command South, Russian troops struck the residential quarters of Mykolaiv with 6 rockets of the Smerch salvo fire system. Dmitro Pletenchuk, the press officer officer of the Mykolaiv Regional Military Administration, confirmed the use of the Smash anti-aircraft missile system against civilian objects in Mykolaiv, and he also reported that during the second shelling, Russian troops struck with S-300 missiles. The port infrastructure of Mykolaiv was attacked by 3 rockets of Uragan salvo fire system. On the night of August the 15th, the armed forces of the Russian Federation once again shelled Mykolaiv. The sounds of explosions rang out in the city at approximately 2:40 a.m. Information about the shelling was confirmed by the regional military administration. As a result of the shelling, an educational institution and a hotel on the outskirts of the city were damaged. As of 10:20 a.m., according to the information of the mayor Alexander Sienkiewicz, part of the building collapsed in the educational institution that came under the fire of the Russian troops. According to preliminary information, there were no casualties or injuries due to shelling. Valentin Reznichenko, the head of the Dnipropetrovsk Regional Military Administration, announced that on the night of August the 13th, Russian troops shelled 2 districts of the Dnipropetrovsk region, Nikopolsky and Krivorisky. According to him, there are no dead or injured. Nikopol was hit by Grad missiles, 11 high-rise buildings, 13 private buildings, a kindergarten, a gas pipeline and an electric transmission line were damaged. At the briefing, the representative of the Regional Emergency Department, Serhiy Kovtonyuk, clarified that garages and 4 cars were also affected in Nikopol. According to Kovtonyuk, Krivorisky district was attacked that night from Uragan rocket launchers. There were no destructions, casualties or injuries. On the night of August the 14th, the Russian army shelled the Nikopolsk and Krivorisky districts of the Dnipropetrovsk region with anti-aircraft guns and barrel artillery. Several thousand residents of Nikopol found themselves without electricity. In the city, 9 high-rise and 8 private buildings, a school and several shops were damaged. Gas pipelines and power lines were damaged by the shelling. Several thousand people of Nikopol are without electricity, wrote the head of the Dnipropetrovsk Regional Military Administration, Valentin Reznichenko. A 69-year-old man was injured in Marhanets. In Krivorisky district, the Zelenodolska community came under fire. On the night of August the 15th, the Russian army shelled Nikopolsky and Sunelnikivsky districts of the Dnipropetrovsk region. According to Valentin Reznichenko, 20 rockets arrived in Nikopol. Warehouses, shops and administrative premises of the industrial enterprise were destroyed. Another 20 rockets hit the Marhanets community. There was no damage or injuries, and in the Pokrovsk community, an energy infrastructure enterprise was damaged due to shelling. There are no dead or injured. The Russian army fired 4 S-300 missiles into Sinelnikovsky district. A social infrastructure facility was destroyed. In addition, the Ukrainian military shot down a Russian X-59 radar cruise missile over the region that night, which was heading in the direction of Novomoskovsk, the head of the regional council, Mykola Lukashuk, wrote in his telegram. On August the 13th, the Russian army shelled 8 communities in Sumy region, namely Shalihinska, Hotinska, Bilopilska, Znop-Novhorodska, Esmanska, Novoslobidska, Burinska and Velikopysarevska. The population was not damaged. In Kharkiv municipality, civilian facilities were damaged. Also in Novoslobidska municipality, a power line was damaged, said Dmytro Zhevitsky, the head of Sumy Regional Military Administration. On August the 14th, around 6 a.m., Russians fired mortars at the Yunakivska community. People were not injured and there was no destruction, the regional military administration reported. They fired mortars and shells and about 50 explosions were recorded. Houses and property of one of the farms were damaged in the village. All in all, on August the 14th, the Russian military shelled 4 border communities in the Sumy region. More than 110 hits were recorded. This was reported by the military administration.